Hello and welcome to a late edition of Cracking the Cryptic. Today I'm going to tackle, I hope, a puzzle called 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad by FullDeck and Missing a Few Cards. And for those of you who don't know, FullDeck and Missing a Few Cards are 2 maths professors over there in North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, in the States. It was Neil, one of the maths professors, Neil's birthday on the 29th of March, and I was meant to do this puzzle then, but unfortunately Mark and I were in Tokyo on that day, and we'd had to pre-record videos for that week, so this puzzle didn't get solved on Neil's birthday, and I'm very sorry about that. Apologies, but I'm going to try and put that right now by having a go at it for you. It's typically mathematical, as you might expect from 2 maths professors. I'm always sort of stunned at the sheer brilliance and ability of some of the people who watch this channel. And I get massive imposter syndrome when I think that 2 maths professors are going to be reviewing my mathematical abilities. It feels a bit like going back to school, but anyway, I will endeavour not to do too badly. I have read the rules of this one, and these lines are all ambiguous, and they're either modular lines, entropic lines, or parity lines, or they have to be 2 out of 3 of them or something. I will read the rules in detail in a moment or two, but this is the challenge. I think 3 stars out of 5 is the suggested difficulty level for this one. But anyway, it's a late birthday wishes from me to Neil, from Eliza, and obviously from me as well. And yeah, I'll read the rules in a moment or two's time. Now, do I have much to tell you about other than that? I don't, apart from I will just remind myself that 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad is one of the songs on Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell, isn't it? Which I really ought to listen to again. I absolutely love that album. I sort of go through a period every year where I'll get obsessed with it again. And it was only relatively recently that I realised how adult the themes were on that album. When I'd listened to it as a teenager, I had no idea. I really had no idea. But anyway, it is a fabulous album. Roy Bittan on the piano. Roy Bittan, of course, of the E Street Band, who also played the piano, if I'm not mistaken, on Making Movies, one of Dire Straits' albums, and an absolutely incredible album, and an incredible musician, Roy Bittan is. Anyway, that's a digression. What else can I digress about? If you enjoy the channel, please do consider subscribing. Our statistics tell us that actually most people who watch these videos are not subscribed, and it helps the algorithm to know that people like us a little bit if you do subscribe, completely free of course to subscribe to a YouTube channel. So we'd be grateful for anybody who enjoys our stuff, particularly if you could subscribe. That would be great. Sorry about my voice, it's still a bit croaky following the Japanese trip. Anyway, that said and done, why don't we have a look at 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad by FullDeck and Missing a Few Cards. The rules are as follows. We have got normal Sudoku rules apply. So we have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits in cages must sum to the value shown in the upper left corner of the cage. So those 2 cells sum to 9, those 2 cells sum to 12, etc. Each line in the puzzle is exactly 2 of modular, entropic, or parity. And then we've got a definition of each of those things. So on a modular line, any set of 3 adjacent digits along a modular line has 3 different remainders when divided by 3. Now sometimes the way I like to think about that is if you look at a number pad, and you may say, I don't have a number pad to hand. You do. If you look at, if you've loaded this puzzle into your software, look at the number pad that's on the right in Sven's Sudoku pad. The numbers 147 all appear vertical in a vertical string. 258 all appear in a vertical string. 369 all appear in a vertical string. They are the 3 different modularities that Sudoku numbers have. 1, 4 and 7 all have a remainder of 1 when divided by 3. 2, 5 and 8 all have a remainder of 2 when divided by 3. And 3, 6 and 9 all have a remainder of 0 when divided by 3. So they are the three modularities. So if this line was a modular line, we'd have to have one of the digits would be from 1, 4 and 7, one would be from 2, 5, 8, one would be from 3, 6, 9. Now, entropic lines, these are simpler, I think, but we can also use the number pad. Any set of 3 adjacent cells along an entropic line must contain a low digit, a 1, 2 or 3, a middle digit, a 4, 5 or 6, and a high digit, a 7, 8 or 9. So again, if we go back to the number pad, you can see those are the horizontal strips. So we must have one from each of the horizontal strips if the line is entropic. And then a parity line, digits along parity lines alternate odd and even. So if this was a parity line, those two digits would have the same parity. We don't know whether it would be odd or even, but it would either go even, odd, or odd, even, odd. And each line has exactly 2 of those properties. Not 3 then, I presume. Anyway, do have a go. They are all the rules. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now, I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now I say let's get cracking. Now I have to actually think. I mean, modular and entropic lines all have this sort of spacing, in the sense that whatever, let's say this top line was a modular line, that digit, because in those 3 you have to have one of each modularity, and in these 3 you have to have one of each modularity, and you can see these 2 are common to both of those strings. Those 2 have to have the same modularity, and the same is going to be true there. So every 3 along the line you're going to have the same modularity. So if this was 1, 4 and 7, these would be a 1, 4, 7 triple. Now let's keep going with that, because that obviously applies throughout the line. Now, and it's the same for entropy. If that string has to contain 1 of 1, 2, 3, 1 of 4, 5, 6, 1 of 7, 8, 9. So does that string. So these 2 must have the same entropy. So if green was low, these would be a 1, 2, 3 triple. Now, well, one of those must apply at least, mustn't it? Well, no, hang on. Sorry, this is totally obvious. If this line cannot be modular and entropic, because they're different set. What I mean by that is, if this was a modular line, these green cells would either be 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8 or 3, 6, 9. And if it was entropic as well, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8, 9 or 7, 8, 9. And those sets don't interact at all. A 1, 4, 7 set is not the same as a 1, 2, 3 set. So this line is a parity line. It must be, because it can't be both entropic and modular. Now, if it's a parity line, it oscillates parity. And there are 5 odd digits in Sudoku, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So they must be the extreme digits. These digits must all be odd. Now, normally I'd use orange for odd, but I don't think I want to pollute my colouring. I'll use the letters. There we go. So these must be even. And we have a start on the puzzle. But do we know whether this line is modular or entropic, or are we going to have to use the other? So hang on, let me think about this. If, looking at my number pad, if it's modular, then if it's modular, I see. Oh, this is right. Okay. This is very beautiful, actually. And I'm getting to this by drawing a cross in my number pad. Right. Sorry about my voice again. Okay, here is a trick. Here is a trick. The purple set here has 2 even digits in it. Now, if you stare at your number pad, we know that if this was an entropic line, say, purple couldn't be 1, 2, 3, could it? Because there would be 2 odd digits in the set 1, 2, 3. It couldn't be 7, 8, 9 because there are 2 odd digits in the set 7, 8, 9. So if this is an entropic line, it has to be from 4, 5, 6. It has to, because that's the only set that has 2 even digits. But here's a beautiful point. Let's switch and say, well, what happens if it's a modular line? If it's a modular line, then we're looking at the vertical strips of the number pad, and only 258 has 2 even digits in it. And the beautiful thing about this is beautiful. It is beautiful. The beautiful thing about this is whether this line is modular or entropic, the odd digit in the set that has 2 even numbers in it is always 5. That is always 5. And therefore that's 4 by maths. And that's, what does that mean? So that means that, well, that means that this purple set cannot be entropic, because if it was entropic, they would be a 4, 5, 6 triple, but the 4 has been hypothecated to green. So this line is modular. This line is modular, so we're looking at vertical strips. So greens are 1s and 7s with the 4. Evens are 2 and 8s with the 5. And this, we get another digit. We get the even digit in the 3, 6, 9 set. This is lovely. It's absolutely lovely. There we go. We've done a bit in the top row, and it's modular. So I don't know. This 12 cage is 4, 8 or 3, 9 now. I suspect this is about the perimeter still. Because it is suspicious, isn't it? The whole perimeter is lined. But I don't know whether this line... Do we know this has to be a parity line like this one did? If this was... Yeah, surely. Yes. Okay, whatever quality this cell has, it's got an opportunity for Faramir to show his quality. Something I think that's a line Denethor said or something. I don't know why that's just popped in my head. But whatever this is, again, this line is either entropic, modular. It must have one of those properties at least. So every 3 along the line, those cells are... It's a terrible colour. I'll just use blue for a moment. These digits are all either, say, 1, 4, 7, or they're 1, 2, 3. They can't be both, can they? So if this line did turn out to be modular, like this one, then those cells cannot also be entropic. So this line must have a parity property. Now... Yeah, that's awkward though, actually, because this is odd. So I don't think I know. I don't think I know whether, because that could be odd or even, and the line will have 4 odds and 4 evens on it either way, and that will be the 5th odd in the column. So I'm not sure I can do that. I mean, I know those 3 are all the same. I know these 2 are the same. And presumably these 2 are going to relate to this one somehow, in the sense that, imagine this line was modular, then neither orange nor blue could be the 147 set, so light green would be the 147 set, and these would be a 147 triple. Okay. Okay, all right. Here, right. I see how to do this. I think. Yes. Yes, I do. I do see how to do it. Right. Let's consider 2 things. Firstly, I want to come down to this line. Now, this line, I think these long lines here. No long line in this puzzle. Again, let's go back to our number pad just to consider it. Can any long line? Well, all right, let me slightly temper this. Can any line that is more than length 3 be both entropic and modular? No. Because let's look at this line, for example. Those 2 digits have the same property. Now, if that was modularity, let's say this was 4 and this was 1, they cannot both be entropic as well. 4 and 1 are not in the same set. Again, if you look at the number pad, you can see if you pick the number 4 and you decide it's a modular line, it's paired up with 1 or 7, but they are not in the same entropic set as the 4, the 5 and the 6 would be. So no line that has a repeated quality on it, which any line that is at least length 4 will have, can be entropic and modular. So this line is parity, this line is parity, this line is parity. And this is going to be important. I just want to think for a second though about a 3-cell line. Okay, so a 3-cell line could be entropic and modular. Because all we have to do to achieve that is to say, okay, I'm picking 1 digit from row 1 of the number pad, 1 digit from row 2 and 1 digit from row 3, such that none of those digits share columns. And that's very possible to do. Like 249, 168, 348. All of these are possible. 519. There's loads of them. So, all right, so I've got distracted. All right, let's come back to it. So I'm happy this is a parity line. Now, the interesting thing about that is this 12 cage. 12 in these 2 digits must have the same parity, mustn't they? They're either 5739 or 48. So those 2 digits have the same parity. But as this line is a parity line, those 4 digits have the same parity. So they must be odd. Because if these were even, there'd be 4 evens in those cells I've just highlighted, and this would be a 5th even in row 9, and that's impossible. So these are all odd. Oh, they're all odd. That's odd. And the rest of the row is even, and this is beautiful because now that's even, and that must be a 4-8 pair. It's a 12 cage that's made up of odd even numbers. So this cage is either 3-9 or 5-7. And this must be a parity line. That's absolutely forced by the fact that, by the logic we've been using, that is not, this is not a length 3 line, so it must be parity, and that's beautiful. It works very well. And okay, and this is either entropic or modular, but we can continue the oification and the eification, can't we? So let's do that. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to pull exactly the same trick I pulled on row 1 on column 1. This set, the orange set, has 2 even numbers in it. So it's either the horizontal cross or it's the vertical cross, and whichever one it is, the odd digit in that cross is always 5. So that's a 5, and these are either 4-6 or 2-8, depending on whether this line is modular or entropic. That's not a 5 now, so that's not a 7. Oh, and then I'm going to be able to do the same thing, am I? Can I get 2 evens on the same set here? I don't know if I can actually. I don't think I'm going to be able to. I might have to do some shading here. Let me just think about this. That one, and that one are in the same colour. This one and this one are in the same colour. I'm running out of colours now, so I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to use all sorts of weird colouring. So, no, I don't think I can do it. Can I do it on that one? That one, and that one. Yeah. Look again. Yeah, this one, and this one are all, they are all of the same modularity or the same entropy. So there's 2 evens in that string. So that's got to be a 5. So there's a 5 in one of those 2 squares by Sudoku. And presumably so these are either, they're either 2-8 or 4-6. Is this somehow useful? Oh, what a shame. Okay, but it's got to be... Hang on, now I'm getting confused between this digit and that digit. Oh, no. Oh, it's the backwards logic. It's backwards logic. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's weird. This is weird. Right, and now I'm going to look at green in the bottom row. Because what I have learnt from this, what I've learnt from column 1, row 1 and column 9 is that an entropic set that includes a 5, entropic or modular set that includes a 5 has as its partners 2 even digits. So this can't be 5. Because if it was 5, those 2 digits would both have to be even, and that is odd. So that is not 5, and therefore that is not 7, and this is a 3-9 pair. And that's beautiful, because now this can't be 3. If this is 3, what on earth is this? If this is 3 and this line is entropic, these should be a 1-2 pair, and they wouldn't be. And if it's 3 and these are a modular line, those are a 6-9 pair, which they can't be. So that's a 9. That's a 9. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. This is an 8, isn't it? I think this line might have to be entropic now. If it's modular, these should be 3 and 6, so that's not possible. So that's 8, that's 4, that's 7. Oh, I was scanning up to the top of the grid thinking that was going to be helpful. Right, so this line is entropic. So one of these, either red or yellow, is a 1-2 pair, because one of them must be low entropy and be made up of the set 1, 2 and 3, and 3's gone in the row. So one of these is 1, 2. Okay. So 2 in the row is either there or there, and 1 is in one of those. And then the other entropy is going to be from 4, 5 and 6. No, I don't like this pencil marking. I think it's over the top. Sorry, I thought I might be able to do better than that. I don't like it. I'm going to have too many things in these. Okay. So, okay, I might be about to get stuck now, I fear. Do I know what blue is here? It depends, doesn't it? These are either a 1-2 pair, if this is entropic, so that would be 2 here, 1 here, that would be useful. Or it's modular and it's 3, 6, 9, and that would be 6 and that would be 9. Oh, bobbins. Okay, that didn't work, sorry. Four is in one of those 3 squares by Sudoku. Oh, you can see that I'm totally grasping at straws now. What about... Can I do any better with these lines? Let's have a quick look. We'll give those... We'll make those the same colour. I doubt I can. That is very much a gut instinct, because the other... Oh, maybe I've got to think about that then. Because that's going to be joining up with purple in effect. So... No, I don't know. Do I know what that is? I don't think I do. I think this is from... Well, I know it's 4 or 6 actually. Ah, that's it. Because that's given me this line. Ah, right, I see. That's really clever. I think I should have seen this more quickly, but I didn't. What I'm noticing now, I want to look at this line, which I know is entropic. So I know either red and yellow or yellow is medium entropy, i.e. selected from the digits 4, 5 and 6. And this digit is the leftover of those. It can't be 5, so that's 4 or 6. But now look at this one and ask what the blue entropy is, because we know that here we will look, or not the entropy, what's the nature of blue? And we can't now be looking at modularity, because if it was modularity, this would be a 2 or an 8. So this line in this column is also entropic. So this is entropic, this is entropic, that one I don't know if I know about yet, and that one was modular. Okay, but now, well, now what? What does that mean? So this is even. Oh, okay. They're a 1-5 pair, aren't they? Just by Sudoku in the bottom row. I hadn't seen that. I've got 3 odd digits already. So 2 is in one of these. These are from 2, 4 and 6, and 2 is in one of them. And this is entropic. So that green set is either 1, 2, 3 or 7, 8, 9. And there might be a way to know that. And okay, this is 3 or 9. So and this corresponds to the purple set. So given we know this is entropic, if this was 3, this would be a 2, and that would be a 1. And if that's 9, this would be an 8, and this would be a 7. And the correct thing we're going to say as a result of that is bobbins, because that has not helped. Bother. Okay. So the even digit here corresponds to the either the 7, 8, 9, so it would be an 8, or the 1, 2, 3, which would be a 2. Yeah, okay, and that I could have seen if I'd looked at this column. So these are a pair of 2, 8. I don't know, this is weird. I don't know what to do. Okay, sorry, and I realise I'm sort of wibbling around now. I feel like I've just hit an absolute brick wall. Okay, maybe this line? I don't know. Let's see. So this one is the same of something. Oh, this has to be a parity line, doesn't it? Because it's not a length 3 line. So this digit is even and is 2 or 6. I see. So that's got the same property. This is 2, 6 pair. All of the even digits have gone in this column. So these digits are all odd. 1, 3, 7, 9. Oh no. Okay, but this one, the middle digit, has to have the same something as the 4. So it can't. Yeah, this is entropic, this line, because this is not 5 or 6. So this must be a modular line, and that's got to be 1 or 7 in the middle. And now presumably this digit is under some stress, because it has to share modularity with this cell. So if this is a 2, that's impossible. That would have to be a 5 or an 8, which it can't be. So let's hope 6 goes. Oh, 6 goes with 3 or 9. That does work. Okay. Whoopsie. So this is 6. This is 2. This is 6. Oh, that's going to be great. Yes, yes. Because now this line, we now know its nature. Because we've got 3 and 6 in the same colour. So it's got to be, this is modular. Which means the 5 goes with a 2, 8 pair. And it means These are from 147. Oh, we know the order, because the 4 is even. This is so brilliant. It's a brilliant puzzle. It's really strange, but it's utterly brilliant. Now I've got a 2-8 pair there, so that puts a bit of pressure on that, presumably. That's not... It's not 1-8, it's not 2-7. So it's 3-6 or 4-5. Well, it's not 3-6, because that's a 3. That's a 9, by Sudoku that is, because of this. Now if that's a 9, that's going to do things here. I don't know where to look. I'm just going to tidy up my pencil mark here. This is 4-5, so this is 6. Now this is doing it. Look, we're doing it. We're getting the puzzle done. 9. We know this is entropic, didn't we? So these two have to share entropy with that. So these have to be 7 and 8. And that's 2. And these are a 1-3 pair. I suspect there's loads of Sudoku now I could do, and I'm neglecting it. But let's try and correct that. So 9. How do we do that? I'm sure we can do it. I just can't see how immediately. Hang on. 4-5 here. What does that do? So these squares, I haven't put 6 into this. Oh, 1, 6, 7 maybe into these cells. 6. Oh, nearly. 6 is mildly restricted in box 8. Hang on, sorry. What do we do next? We must look at... I have a feeling I'm meant to know the middle digit. That feels like I should know that. That's got the same modularity as 4, so it's 1 or 7. Oh, no, I was about to say... Oh, nearly. Very nearly. I was going to say, where's 7 in box 3? And I think it's in 2 places. It can't be here because that would be a 4 and that would break. Maybe this 11's under pressure then. No. Actually, no, I don't think it is. What could it be? It can't have 6 in it, so it's not 5, 6. It can't be 7, 4, so it's either 3, 8 or 2, 9. Now if it's 2, 9, it's in a very special order. It's 9 here, 2 here, which would give me an 8 here. I may do other things besides. I think we're going to have to start to look at some of these 3-cell lines soon. This one is parity. Because it can't have 4, 5 or 6 on the line, so it can't be entropic. If it's entropic, one of those 3 cells should be middly. So this is modular. I don't even know what that... I don't really even know how to think about that. It's modular and parity. So if that was a 2, that would be an 8, and that breaks. That's beautiful. That's just simple. It's just simple. Right, let's go through that again. So what I'm saying is, I know this line is parity. If this is even, well, no, if it's 2, let's give that. If it's 2, that must be even as well, and would have to be 8. And 2 and 8 share modularity, but this is meant to be a modular line and not have repeated modularity within 3 cells. So that is not 2. Whoops, this is 2. I've got a hot, oh, well, that's 8 now. Okay, maybe this does different things to what I was anticipating. This is 2 now. So that's 8. Oh, please don't. Please don't just stop there, because that was quite exciting for a moment. That's now not 2. So that's not 9. Okay, this has become 3 8 somehow. Okay, it's probably this line, although I'm not sure. I know this one's modular. Modular and... Okay. Excuse me. This is modular and parity. Well, it's got to therefore be double odd there, doesn't it? Because if these were double even, all the evens have gone from the box. So this is an 8, because we must have an 8. Well, we need an even digit on here. So that's 8. That doesn't, I don't think that does anything. The odd digits here are 1, 7 or 9. They're not 5, they're not 3. But can we use modularity to help us? There has to be a 9, doesn't there? Because we can't have 1 and 7, they're from the same modular set. So one of these is 9. Which I could have got. I hadn't looked at this. I could have got it from Sudoku. Bobbins. 3 is in one of those squares. This line is probably available to me if I give it some thought, but I haven't dared go in that direction yet. Let me... Those 2 digits are the same, because whatever that corner digit is, it's going to ping the opposite digit into those positions. So if these were both 1s, 1 would be in one of those cells. If they were both 7s, I think that's easier. That would put a 7 in one of those cells. Okay. So there is a 1 or a 7 in there. Oh, I don't know. Okay, let's think about this line. What do we know about this line? Could it be entropic? The only way it can be entropic is if this digit is a 7, 8 or 9. So it would have to be a 7 or a 9. And then this would be a 3. So this would be 7 or 9. I'm unsure how to think about this. Is it? I know it's got 2 on it. Let's go back to my number pad. It's got 2 on it. So if it was... Okay. Okay, here is a way to think about it. Can it be both? This is a huge point, actually. Can it be both entropic and modular? Now, if it's entropic and modular, remember then we're trying to pick, a digit from the top row, a digit from the middle row, and a digit from the bottom row of the number pad, and a digit from column 1, column 2, and column 3. Now, 2 is definitely on this line. So, if this is a 4, 2, 4, this would have to be 9 in that instance, which it can't be, because 9 we know is on this line, don't we? And if this is 5, well, 2 and 5 are from the same modular set, so that breaks as well. So this line is a parity line, because it can only be one of modular or entropic. It can't be both, and therefore that is a 5. So that's a 5, that's a 4. This is odd. Which is, that's very annoying. I think it's got a few options then. It's, hang on, let's put all the options. 1, 3, 7. It can't be 9. It can't be 5. 1, 3 or 7. How can that possibly be the case? Okay, but it's not a modular line, it's an entropic line, and that does it. It can't be modular because it's got 2 of the same modularity, so it must be entropic, and that must be 7. And therefore these squares are a 1, 9 pair, which means this isn't a 1, that isn't a 7. This is a 3. Let's tidy up some of our pencil marks because I don't think we need to be quite so overzealous. 7 means this is a 1 in the middle of the puzzle. Now there is definitely a 7 in this domino. How can this not be resolved? Oh dear. 8. That line might be under pressure now if I give it enough thought. Is it going to be the same sort of... The problem is with this one, we don't know for sure. Oh, we do know it's got a 6 on it, actually. It does have a 6 on it. Okay, I should think about it then. So, let's go back to my number pad again. If it's got 6 on it, the other digit is 1 or 7. So I'm asking myself the same question. Can this be both modular and entropic? Now, if it was 6 and 7 on the line, this would have to be a 2, which it cannot be. So it would have to be 1, 6, 8. This would have to be an 8. I don't believe it. That could be an 8. So this could be modular and entropic. So it doesn't have to be parity. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's distressing. Okay, I can't do it then. So that's not 9 I'm seeing by Sudoku. I have a horrible feeling I'm going to have to really drill down into this line. Let's see if we can dodge doing that. 1, oh, where's 4 in this column? I can definitely do that. That's a 4. So this digit is 1 or 6. And this column, do we do anything with that? 2, 5, 6, 7. 2, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I can hear the prospect of famous 5 reading approaching. Let me... I definitely don't want to get interrupted now. I will lose all train of thought. Come on, Simon. I don't think we're miles away, are we? 3, 4, 6, 9. 6 is in one of those squares in row 5. 3. Or maybe this line, maybe? I don't know. 7 is up there. Oh, I see. Yes, okay. Where's 7 in row 3? Well, I'm seeing that 7 in box 3 is in one of these two, and 7 in box 1 is in one of those two. So if this was a 7, there would be 3 7s in the top 2 rows. That's not going to work, is it? So that's 7. So maybe this is where I'm meant to look. 1, 2, 3 and 8. That's 1, 3 or 8. 1, 2, 3 and 8. Now can we get rid of anything there? Or is this somehow 1, 3, 8 triple? That's great. That's great if that's true. Yeah, that's a 1, 3, 8 triple. So that's got to be a 7. That's got to be a 1. That's got to be a 7. I don't know if that was... no, I think I wanted to get the 1 down here. But anyway, it's still good. It's just, that's now a 6. That's now a 7. So this is a 1. this... Oh, Maverick's doing a late flight. Okay, so what is this line? It could still be parity, could it? If this was an 8. Or... if it's a parity line, this is an 8. If it's not a parity line, it must be both entropic and modular. And, oh, this would be a... oh, no, hang on, that doesn't work now. We looked at this. If this was 6, 7, the only way this can be entropic and modular is if this is a 2 by the number pad rule, and it can't be. So this is parity, and that's an 8. There we go. That's a tiny win for the goodies, isn't it? So 8 is now either here or here in box 5. These 2 digits are known because that's a 138 triple. So they've got to be 4 and 5. So this digit is 1, 3 or 9. 4, 5 pair. I'm sure this is doable now. Just have to have one more insight, I think. Where is the naughty insight that we need to have? That's a good question, and I don't know the answer. Actually, I don't know the answer. 2, 5, 6 here. I'm sure it's Sudoku, isn't it? It's Sudoku I've just not seen. 4, 8, 2, 2. Oh, no. Bobbins. 7, 7, 7. No. 9s. I've actually got a surprisingly few number of 9s in the puzzle. I mean, there are still lines on the puzzle. Oh, 1! I've got a 1 here. That's a 3. So that's a 1. That's probably going to do things. These are now not 3s. This is a 1, 2 pair. So this is 3, 9. The whole of the perimeter is not done, Simon. But... oh, no, okay. If this was an entropy line, it would have to have a 2 on it. Actually, even in that situation, I don't think I know that the 2 isn't here. That would mean that's not a 2. If it's entropy and modular, given it would have to have 2 on it as its low digit, it would be 2... Depends whether it would need a 9 on it. 2, 4, 5 or 6. 2, 5 or 6. It couldn't be 2, 5, so it would have to, if it's got 2 on it, it would have to be 2, 6, 7. Which 7, 2. Don't tell me that could be true, couldn't it? 7, 2, 6. Well, actually, no, it couldn't be true. God, I mean, this is brutal. Right, I am going to look at this line, because I have just spotted something on this line. Right. Right, bear with me here, because this is complicated. But what I'm doing is using my number pad. So I'm saying, could this line be both entropic and modular? Now, for it to be both of those things, it would have to have a low digit on it, which would have to be a 2. So bear that in mind. That's point number 1. It would have to have a 2 on it. Now, if it has a 2 on it, what is its middly digit? Bearing in mind it's got 2 on it, it can't have a repeated modularity digit, so it can't have 5 on it anymore. So it must have 6 on it. So now it's got 2 and 6 on it. The third digit to complete the modularity set must be 7. So it's a 2, 6, 7 triple. But the 7 would go here. and this would be a 2-6 pair, and that breaks that square, and that's impossible. So this is not both modular and entropic, so it is a parity line. Now, I hear you say, and I don't know the answer to the question, those are the same parity. Are they both odd or are they both even? I would like them to both be even. That would feel very powerful. Because they'd have to be a 2-6 pair. There's a tiny point actually. Here is the tiny point. Because this is a parity line, one of those two squares is even. So it is a 2 or a 6, because it can't be 4 or 8. And that means that those digits there are all the even digits in this box. That cannot be a 2 anymore. And these, in fact, have both got to be odd. So they're 1, 5, and 9. Ah, dear, it doesn't do it. I thought that was going to be... I thought that was going to do it. It doesn't. I don't think it does anyway. Do I? No, I don't know. That's same modularity as 6. Golly gosh, that's extraordinary. Okay. So this is a parity line. So if that's a 2, these are both odd and are from... That would be a 5 or a 9. This would be a 2-6 pair. But if this is odd, this is 1, 5 or 9. This is 2 or 6, and it would be 6. That would be 6. And this would be 2. And that would be 2. And loads of things would flow from that as well. Wow. I don't know that I can do this then. That's really odd. Wow. I think I'm missing something there. You know, I really do. 1, 5. This would, if it was parity and this was odd, this would be 7 or 9. And this would be 5 or 9. 1, 5, 9. 2 or 6. There's probably a reason that can't be a 2-6 pair. That would put 6 here. Or maybe it's this 3-8. Maybe we can do something with that. It's not... Or maybe there's more parity to do. Let's just think about that. Are there... Yes. Well, that digit is odd. That C's 2, 4, 6 and 8. So that digit is definitely 3, 5 or 9. Are there other digits that have that quality? 2, 4, 2, 6. That digit is odd. It sees 2, 6, 8 and 4. So that digit is 1, 5 or 9. So, what does that mean then? I don't know. Goodness me, I really don't know. This has suddenly got a lot more... Oh, that can't be 1. Oh, hang on, what am I talking about? Why have I got 1, 5 and 9 in here and this is seeing all those digits? I don't know, I don't trust that pencil mark. 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9. Can I get rid of... I have a feeling I might be able to get rid of one of those digits. Let me just think about that. If it's 9, 9, this would be a 6, 9 pair. Or maybe, I haven't really thought about these two lines. They are in the same box, aren't they? 7, 2 and 5 have disappeared. So again, I'm looking at my number pad. So 3, 6 and 9. One of these lines has to have 2 of the digits 3, 6, 9 on at least. Because we've got 2 lines and there are 3 digits there. So that line is not modular. So that line will be parity and entropy. And that means that line, it will be parity and entropy. What does that mean? Is there one of these lines that can't be parity? If it's parity and entropy. So if that line has got a 6 on it, these two digits would be odd. If that line doesn't have a 6 on it, then could it be 4, 8 really? Oh, I can't. Oh, I think I'm nearly at that. In this row, we've had a lot of odd digits already. Oh, that's the shouter. I'm going to have to go and I'm going to have to pause. I'm so sorry. I will be back. Right, sorry, I'm back. I've been reading 5 Go to Billycock Hill, and that is nothing to do with 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad by FullDeck and missing a few cards. Right, what was I doing? It looks like I was looking at this row. I was thinking about... what was I thinking about? Oh, I hate it when I get interrupted. I was thinking I was something to do with... I was trying to think about odd digits, wasn't I? Oh yes, I know what I was thinking about. 7, 2, 5 are not on these lines. So 3, 6 and 9, which are all from the same modular set, are going to prevent one of these lines from being modular. That's what I was thinking about. So that line will be parity and entropy. And then I was thinking about the 6, wasn't I? Okay. Okay, no, I'm going to do this slightly differently then. That digit is even. Because if it wasn't, this box couldn't work. And the way I'm seeing that is that if this was a 4-8 pair, if this is odd, then this is a 4-8 pair in the row. But now, because I know one of these lines is meant to be a parity line, one of these 2 squares should be even, but couldn't be. 2, 4, 6 and 8 have all gone. So that's wrong. So this is 4 or 8. I've got a horrible feeling that doesn't do anything. Hang on. So one of these is 4 or 8. And one of these is odd. But I don't know which of these lines is... There's at least one of these lines is definitely parity. No, I don't see it. Hang on. Okay, maybe we've got to do this a different way then. If that was a 6, that would be a 2. If that's a 6, can it go with 3 or 8 on the line here? What does that do to that line? If that's 6 and that's 3, then... hang on. 6 and 3. This would have to be... Well, what would it be? It couldn't be a modular line. If that's 6 and that's 3, it couldn't be modular, so it would have to be entropic. So this would have to be a big digit. 6, 3. Oh, and it would have to be parity. So it would it'd have to be 3, 6, 9. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Hang on, so let me think about this. So if I just want to recapitulate that logic. What I'm saying is if that's 6 and that's 3, it could still be 8, but let's think about if it's 3. It would be 6, 3, not modular, so this needs to be parity, which means the same parity as 3, but also entropic, so a high digit, and it couldn't be 7, so it would go 3, 6, 9. And this would be 1, 4, 8. That would be a 4. So, okay, that doesn't. All right, this line doesn't go right. This line can't be 1, 4, 8 with a 4 here. This is really complicated as well. But if these were 1 and 8, you can see the line is not oscillating parity because one of these is an 8 next to a 4. So it needs to be both entropic and modular. But 1, 4, and 8, 1 and 4 share modularity, so there wouldn't be a 3, 6, 9, which is wrong. Right. So if this is 6, this is 8, is what we've just deduced. 6, 8, they are different entropies. Oh, but, okay, 6 and 8 are also the same parity. So this would have to be 6, 8, 1. Because it would have to be, this line would have to obey modularity and entropy. So 6, 8, 1 would be how it would work. And that, I feel like that might be right. Can I prove it? 6, 8, 1. What would this line be then? 6, 6, 8, 1. 3, 4, 9, this would be. Okay, and this would have to be the parity line, wouldn't it? Because this one wouldn't be. If this is 6, 8, 1, we haven't got a... But we know there was one parity line. It would have to be this one. So this would be 3, 9. 3 here, 9 here, and this would be a 4. And would that work? I don't know. It might do. 3 here, 9 here, 4 here. I'm trying to see whether that's likely or not. Oh, no, that's not good, actually. I mean, that's super complicated. Oh, actually, maybe it's easier. Oh, no, it's not easier. It's just not. Okay, because this line would have to be a parity line, and the 3 and the 9 would have to go into those positions. The problem is that this becomes a 4 in that paradigm. This becomes a 6, and this is an 8. And now what I want to do is to think about even digits in this row. These are not even. That's even. That's even. That would have to be even. It would have to be 4 and 8 simultaneously, which it can't be. Good grief. Right. So that is not a 6. This is a 6. Oh, don't tell me that does nothing. Oh, that would be so distressing. That would be so distressing. Oh, no, it's doing something. It is doing something, genuinely. Because I've got 2 pencil marked here. And I've also got 6 pencil marked here now. So this is a 2-6 pair. So these are from 149 by Sudoku. And I bet we can do better than that. This is a 4 or a 9 now. 4 or 9. 2-6. So this is 5 or 9 by Sudoku. Now, I think we worked out earlier that was a parity line, and I didn't know how the parity flowed, but now I do, because that's odd. So this is odd. And it is, oh, no. It's 7 or 9, actually. 7 or 9 is what it is. No. That's extraordinary. Okay, it must be this row. 3, 4, 9 into these squares. That's not 4. So these digits are all odd. That's probably doing something. 3. Do I have to think about that line and how it works? I mean, that's just a terrifying thought, if so. If that's a 1, is that... What would that mean? Okay, let's think that through. If this is a 1, I've really got stuck here. I'm sorry. I'm sure there's an easy way to think about this, or maybe I've got to think about that being a 6. I'm really unsure as to where the weakness is in this congregation of digits. That digit, actually, now I'm thinking about it, is on this line with the 6, isn't it? So if that was 8, this would have to be 861 again. That's it. Okay, so if that's an 8, this is 861. If that's 3, this is 3, 6, so it'd have to be entropic. The other digit would have to be... It would have to be entropic and parity. So it would be 369. Ooh, 369 here. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to pencil mark it. So this is either 369 in that order, or if this is 8, it's 168. But do we know the order if it's 168? I don't think we do. I think these are sort of, that is the panoply of digits we're dealing with. Okay, but okay, so is the point about 4 then in this column? It seems to be interesting that has to be a 4, doesn't it? Okay, so in column 8 that's a 4. That's therefore a 5. This is not a 5. And I've got a bad feeling about this. That is a 149 triple, so 4 is definitely on this line. Where is 7 in this row? Oh, has that been just available forever? Oh, it probably has. Oh yeah, okay, it has in a way. When I proved this was even, I could have got that this was 7 straight away. I just didn't see that. Now is that, but I don't know if it's doing anything. That's the extraordinary thing. Oh, it's giving me a 7 here. That's something, is it? It's something. 2569 in this square. 269. It can't be 5. Wow. Wow, it's still not done. I don't think it is anyway. This is extraordinary. Okay. So I mean, I do suspect there'll only be one version of that line that works. It's either that or Sudoku now, isn't it? There's nothing else it can be. So we're going to have to think this through. I think that's all we've got. Now, how are we going to do this? What's the way to think about it? I don't know, is the short answer. If that's 4, then what? Then that would be 4. That couldn't be 8, or we couldn't put 8 in this row. So if this is 4, this is definitely 3. And the line works from a parity perspective. So it would be a 3, 4. It could be 3, 4, 9. It couldn't be 3, 4, 1. That doesn't obey the rules. So 3, 4, 9 is one possibility. 3, 4, 9. And then this is 1, 8, 6. Does that break anything? I don't know. 3 in row 5 is in one of those squares, so it's not there. I mean, it could be something like that, some sort of little Sudoku subtlety. Oh, it nearly is. It's almost a triple there, isn't it? That's 4 or 8. If that's 1, that's 9. So this line would be 1, 4, which would mean it couldn't be modular. It would have to be entropic. It would have to go 1, 4, 8. Now, is that fine? It might be. 1, 4, 8. And this would be 3, 6, 9 then. Did I not like that though? Was there a reason I didn't like 3, 6, 9 on one of these lines? I can't remember now. No, I think 3, 6, 9 is okay. It would be entropic and it would be parity. And that would be 5, 8, 1, 9. I mean, goodness me. I'm so sorry. I'm making a Horlicks of this. I blame Billycock Farm. That's what I blame. I suspect it's just Sudoku now, and I'm just not seeing it. But I'm not giving up. Do not worry about that. I will find something. Probably. I mean, it could be colouring even. Is that possible? Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe... Yeah, 1, 8. That makes this one 3, 4, 9, didn't it? And I thought 3, 4, 9 worked. Look at my number pad. That's entropic, and it's parity, so that's fine. Okay, if this is 8, then what do we know? What do we know then? We know 8 and 4 are on the line. So this becomes 3, 6, 9. This becomes 8, 4, 1, which is not modular, so it is entropic. And it is... Oh, 8, 4, 1 would not be parity unless... Oh, it would have to... Oh, hang on, that would not work. Oh! Oh, sorry. Right. There's an interesting point here, perhaps. Yes. Wow. Okay, sorry. If this was 1... Yeah, I don't think this works. If this is 1, what sort of line could this be? We're going to have to do this very carefully. Because I know 4 is on the line. So 1 and 4 are then on this line, which means it's not modular. So it needs a high digit along with the 1 and the 4, which would have to be 8. And you may say that's fine. 148 is entropic. I totally agree. But the line also, remember, needs to be parity. And the way it would work is it would go 1, 4, 8, and it would not be parity. So that is not 1. So the 1 is on this bit of the line, which means that's not 1, which means that's 5, 9. It means this is 1. Now if this is 5, 9, that's not 9. And this line is, it has got 1 on it and it's got 6 on it. So if it's everything, it's 168. The only way it's not 168 is if it's 136, and 136 obeys nothing. That's not entropic and it's not modular. So this is 168, and that is not 3. So 1, 8, this is 3, this is 8, this is 3. Now we might be able to do something, maybe. I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. This line is not parity, but we know one line was parity in here, and it must be this one, so that must be 9. That must be 4. Which means 4 in this row goes here. This is 8 because we need an even digit. That's a 1. This is 9. This is 1. This is 5. I mean, I suspect there was a million ways of doing this in a more efficient way than I found, but at least now, providing this works, I have found a way through it that was logical. That's now an 8. Or have I? I don't know. Maybe I haven't still. I must have done. It must be nearly done now. This column has not had 3s, 6s and 9s into it. So that's creating quite an interesting triple there, isn't it? And making this a 2. So this is not a 2. How can this still... This makes me think that I have missed a very simple point. Because this can't still resist now. There's no way. Oh, I see. Getting the 1 and the 5 here, of course, we were on entropy, so that's a 2. That's a 6. That's got to, because the colours have to share entropy here. There we go. 5, 2. Now. Okay. That's good. That's 5, that's 9, that's 9, that's 3, that's 9, that's 3, that's 3, that's 9, and that's a 6. And that might be how to solve the puzzle. Let's see. Yes. Did it. I did it. I don't know. I mean, I got interrupted at an inopportune moment, and perhaps I would have been a little bit quicker to finish it without being interrupted, but I couldn't see how to unravel this bit cleanly. I'm sure there was a way, but I don't know what it was. Well, I did find a way, but I feel like I overcomplicated the end compared to the beginning. The beginning was beautiful, and it sort of flowed very naturally, and then I just got bogged down. But let me know what I missed. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and happy birthday, Neil, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.